All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the return of the Hate Live podcast. Every other month, I usually run one of these. This is episode 44, I believe, the 44th ever Hate Live podcast. Long-running show, right? Been going on for, I think, a greater part of 4 or 5 years now. Welcome. Today is actually January 25th, 2018. I'm obviously Darkside Phil, and welcome to the show. We've got quite a lot of stuff to talk about today, folks. We do. We've got many topics to discuss. FYI, just a brief overview of what you can expect on today's podcast. First of all, it was 2 months ago on the last podcast that I finally revealed to all of you this looming thing that had been on my back for months and had kind of been this unspoken thing that had been dragging me down. And it was the fact that I had these big lump of taxes that I was responsible for that I had no idea I even owed because of the mistreatment and or irresponsibility of my previous tax attorney. I told you about it. We've got lots of updates in regards to the business, how things are going right now, how they went in December, how they're going this year so far in 2018, both on YouTube and on my Twitch TV live streaming channel. A lot to talk about on that front. I want to get you all caught up because I haven't really been publicly talking too much about it, and a lot of people have had questions. Geez, Phil, it's been a month into the year. You're not even mentioning the update on that, what's going on. That's going to be covered fully in this show, okay? Number two, I'm going to be talking about some upcoming life changes that are coming up for me. For example, my girlfriend is coming. She's almost here. In fact, it's only a couple weeks, guys. You may not realize this. Holy shit. In a couple weeks, my girlfriend's moving in with me. As a direct response from your positivity and your support over the past couple of months. So there's going to be some changes coming to my schedule. There's some projects and things that we're going to be maybe working on. I'm going to talk all about that on the podcast today as well. In addition, this year, if you guys aren't aware, is my 10-year anniversary of being a content creator on the internet. 10 years. That every single day I've been putting out new gameplay content, vlogging, all kinds of fun stuff for you guys on the internet. And being that it is the 10-year anniversary, I have some good ideas for maybe some celebratory events that I can hold. In particular, some special playthroughs that I'm thinking of doing this summer. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and get your feedback, hopefully, during the course of this show to figure out, what exactly we could do for a 10-year anniversary. A decade as a gaming content creator is a pretty amazing achievement. Okay, then we're going to go on a break. When we come back from the break, I'm going to run through the gaming release schedule for the early part of 2018. And what I mean by that is from now until, say, maybe April, May, talk about the games that at least have solid release dates. What you're going to see, guys, is that sadly this year, there's not a lot. This year seems to be one of the driest early gaming years in memory. Like, I've done this as a living, trying to cover every major release that I was interested in since 2011. This is one of the deadest early years, quite frankly. I'm not saying there's nothing. There are some games. But it seems like most of the high-profile games we've all been waiting for are all coming out later this year and don't even have solid release dates. And I'm almost thinking that there's going to be a huge E3 this year, where at E3 there's like bombshell announcement. Here's a release date. Here's a release date. Here's a release date. Because we don't have many. But what I'm going to do at least is go through what we do concretely have, okay, for release dates for games. So at least you're in the know about what I am planning on definitely concretely covering early this year. And what I'm hoping for is if I left out anything huge, that people in the stream chat being interactive with me will let me know, so that I obviously know what I missed out on so I can add it to my gaming schedule over here, okay? Then we've got a big news segment. I've got 2 gaming news stories I want to cover. I got one story regarding YouTube, and I got one story that was breaking news that literally hit the internet moments before I went live with this podcast today that I definitely want to address. I think it's something people are going to be like, oh, it's pretty interesting, so we'll talk about that. And then we'll take probably another break, and then we're going to have a final segment of the show that's basically just going to be Q&A. And what I'm going to ask you guys to do, because I know you guys love to cheer, sub, and tip during my live streams, and you guys are going to see thank you pop-up messages here for everyone who cheers, subs, and tips, and I'm going to be doing my best during the podcast to give shout-outs to those who cheer, sub, and tip. However, if you have a question, a burning question that you want answered, please save it for the Q&A segment. Because if you cheer, sub, and tip with a question, I'm not just going to drop everything I'm talking about on the podcast to answer your question now, all right? Better saved for the end of the show when that's what the whole segment is for, okay? Makes more sense. Sounds good? All right. A little kickstart here to get started. It's actually pure grain alcohol I keep in here. You guys don't realize. You think it's a Mountain Dew Kickstart. Oh, no. All right, baby. Yeah. Oh, keep my system. Let's get started. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 44th Hate Live podcast. Pretty awesome. This has been a long-running show, right? Pretty awesome that it's 2018. I'm still here. In fact, I'm actually getting stronger than ever right now. What do I mean by that? I mean, I am invigorated with, if you can't tell, I'm invigorated with positivity. I'm feeling so good right now because so many positive things are happening in regards to myself, my content, my future. I'm really pumped right now because of all the positive stuff that's been going on recently. Now, you might be saying, whoa, Phil, 2 months ago you did a podcast on Thanksgiving and everything was uncertain. You were wondering if you were going to have to sell your house and you were wondering what was going on with everything. And now here you are 2 months later and it seems like a completely different attitude. What the hell's going on? What's changed? Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let me tell you guys just a little bit about what's been going on these past few months. And by the way, before we even get to this, I'll preface this. Am I out of the woods? No. Am I financially great now? Absolutely not. But at least the immediate threat that I had, that, oh my God, I have this impending amount of money that I'm going to owe and I have no way to raise it. I don't know what I'm going to do. At least that impending threat temporarily has been taken care of. And that's why I'm feeling so much better. All right. And it's because of you guys and your support, your amazing amount of support that you showed ever since that podcast in November, right? It really started then. You guys started showing up in droves for streams, cheering, subbing, tipping, being amazingly positive, talking, not listening to the negative bullshit that everyone says about me on a constant basis that I have nothing to do with, and instead just coming to the streams and enjoying them at face value. Things have grown exponentially here on Twitch. If you're watching this live on Twitch, just take a look at the channel. Take a look at how many people are watching right now. Take a look at the positivity and stuff going on in the stream chat instead of the negative shit that used to be around, right? Take a look at the amount of subs I've got. Take a look at the amount of followers I got. Things are going up and up and up on Twitch, and this is amazing, okay? So let's actually talk a little bit about what happened back in November and what happened between then and now so that you can get a better idea of where I am it's going to answer a lot of questions. Because a lot of people have said, well, Phil, yeah, I talked about the taxes then. What's going on? All right, let's give everyone a cumulative update. So, here's what happened. Basically, last year, a lot of things changed for me, okay? I had to adopt a new live streaming culture for my daily gameplay streams and vlogs rather than kind of I'm an isolated YouTuber and I'm in an isolation booth playing a game by myself and it's all about concentrating 100% on the game and nothing else. I changed it up completely. I had to survive because YouTube ad revenue plummeted last year. It went from being okay to absolutely god-awful because YouTube made so many terrible decisions in regards to automation and everything. That's not what I'm going to focus on here, but just saying that's really what happened and that's why I had to change everything up. I busted my ass to change myself and become more of a live streamer than anything else. Streaming, I streamed way more than I had previously. Before, it was really not about live streaming. It was just about putting out videos. Now I had to focus on it. Everything has to be a live stream in order to really survive, okay? And it was about the early fall, let's say August, September, when everything was looking good. I was making enough money. Now, it was very tight. I'm going to be honest with you. Some months, it was like this close. I was going paycheck to paycheck. Money would come in, pay the bills. Money would come in again, pay the bills. And it would narrowly making it, but I was making ends meet. And I was like, man, I didn't know what was going to happen this year with YouTube ad revenue plummeting out the ass, right? And it could have all fallen apart, but because of the on-the-fly changes that I had made, it looked like things were going good. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a bombshell hits me that I was not ready for. I certainly never saw coming. I had paid someone thousands of dollars for years to make sure that they had covered me from shit like this, and the guy didn't do his job. What happened was I was notified by the state of Washington that ever since I moved here in 2014, even though there's no state income tax, I should have been paying what's called the state business and occupation tax for doing business in the state of Washington. Now, I was like, but I don't understand. I don't own or operate a business. All I do is I have a YouTube channel I make ad revenue on, okay? And I have a Twitch channel that I make some revenue on, and I have a Patreon income, but none of that is actually tied to a business that's been registered anywhere. It's completely the opposite. It's all kind of virtual. None of that exists. Well, apparently, What should have happened was when I moved here, I should have notified the state of Washington that I was going to be doing this kind of business, and they would have evaluated whether or not this qualified as something that had to be actually be registered as a real business in the state of Washington, okay? Now, my old tax attorney was supposed to take care of this. In fact, he assured me when I moved across the country, I asked him, I said, should I get a new tax attorney in the state of Washington? Because you live in my old state of Connecticut, and you may not be up on all the tax laws and everything in Washington. I should probably get a new tax attorney. And he said, no, I will still do your taxes for you. I'll make sure everything's correct. And all he told me when I moved here was all I had to do was pay federal taxes because there's no state income tax. He assured me there was no business requirement whatsoever. I was like, okay, whatever you say. So here I am living here since summer of 2014. All of a sudden, fall of 2017, I get notified, oh yeah, you, according to the state of Washington, for what you seems like you do, you probably should have registered as a business and been paying us taxes all along. And I'm like, this is the worst possible news. I literally barely am scraping by being able to pay my bills and everything on the fly, adjusting in 2017 to become more of a live streamer because of the YouTube ad revenue problem. And now you're going to tell me after all that hard work and changes and dedication, everyone loving the content I'm putting out, that now I may have to completely give up on all of this because I owe thousands of dollars of back taxes because some asshole in Connecticut didn't do his fucking job. Unbelievable, right? Just another thing I have nothing to do with, but it comes to fucking bite me in the ass. I'm tired of this shit, honestly. So, what I faced was this. Number one, I was going to owe back taxes from the years of 2014 through the years of 2016, taxes that I had owed and I hadn't paid. All right. Number two, I was going to have to register myself as an actual business in the state of Washington in order to keep doing this as a job. Number three, I was going to owe taxes for the business and occupation tax for the year of 2017. The good news is that wasn't overdue. Thank God. Imagine if I had over 3 years of taxes overdue. How bad that would have been. But 2017 taxes weren't due until the middle of January 2018. So what I was faced with was, number one, what are these back taxes going to be? How much are they going to be? Am I going to have to pay them in a big lump sum? Are they going to put me on a payment plan? I have no idea. And by the way, I have no money to pay them. Okay? Number two, what's this 2017 tax bill going to be? When's it due? How much is it going to be? Etc. Number three, I now have to hire a new tax attorney / certified public accountant, whatever you want to call them by, here in the state of Washington, who obviously knows what the fuck they're doing to take care of all this for me. But the problem is, guess what? They're not cheap. I can already tell you, just in the initial things that the tax attorney has done for me, I've paid over $1,000. Money that I don't have. It was money that I put on a credit card that racked up more debt and screwed me over even further. All right. So all this happening, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if, where's this money going to come from? I'm barely making by. I'm barely paying my bills. So I revealed all of this to you guys in November on the last Hate Live podcast. And when I did, I basically said, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, to the bottom line is, if I can't find a way to raise extra money to take care of this issue, I might have to sell my house. Because I have nothing else. I'm stretched to my limits financially with credit. I don't have any more credit left to put more on a credit card or whatever. I just don't have it. I can't take out any more personal loans. I'm stretched to my absolute limits. I've done everything I could to cut back. I got rid of my expensive car, got a much cheaper car. I got rid of extra phone lines. I downgraded everything I possibly could to save. I got rid of my cable, got cheaper stuff there. Literally, I've downgraded as much as I possibly can without selling my house. All right, in order to make ends meet and try to make this work. And so I was at my wit's end. I really don't know what to do anymore besides to appeal to my viewers, because at this point, here I am trying to be positive every day, sharing gameplay experiences with you guys, busting my butt, trying to change to be a live streamer rather than a YouTuber. People love what I'm doing, and now something else completely out of left field that I have nothing to do with fucking bites me in the ass. I'm like, this is insane, okay? Absolutely insane. So here's what happened, all right? Here's what happened. In the month of December, people heard what had happened to me. And even though there was all this stupid, really fucking stupid, negative nonsense going on the outside, Phil as an escort, all this stupid shit that's just so dumb and had no substantiation in fact at all, people took me at my word and said, we're going to help Phil out. They attended the streams, all right? They cheered, subbed, and tipped. They followed. basically the month of December, ladies and gentlemen, in all the years that I've live streamed since 2013, the month of December by far was my best streaming month of all time. It was the most profitable. We had the most positivity around it. I had, all those multiple Christmas style events, a holiday event. People loved my streams in December 2017. And because of that, as a result of that, in particular, the amazing amount of people who rallied around the holiday events, and then I did a fundraiser at the very end of the month where people really came out in droves to help me out. I raised enough money that at least in the short term, I'm okay. So allow me to explain, because I'm going to give you a full update now of what's been going on behind the scenes. All right. Number one, I am now officially a registered business in the state of Washington. So I know all these years I've been saying, well, I'm not a registered business. I now am. I now actually have a registered business in the state of Washington. I had to do that for tax purposes. They required me to do that. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, a calculation was made based off of the income that I made in 2017. And I was able to pay my 2017 business and occupation taxes that I actually owed. And that was owed by the middle of January, and that's done. I paid it. It's paid in full. It's all cleared. We're good to go. No problem there. Done. So 2017 taxes, done. All right. So at least that initial hurdle of, oh my God, I don't know where this money's going to come from to pay what's due at the end of January or whatever, that's taken care of. All right. There you go. Now, we're not out of the woods yet, folks, all right? The good news is the initial threat is gone. The bad news is we still got lingering issues, okay? Number one, the back taxes that I owe. I don't know what they are. And in fact, I just recently wrote to the guy at the state of Washington who I deal with for this and say, I haven't heard from you really since December, and I'm going to pay the 2017 taxes that I owe. But what are you doing with these back taxes? You still haven't sent me a formal notice of what I owe, if you're going to allow me to go on a payment plan or not. And basically the guy came back and said, well, now that you're registered as a business and you're paying your taxes, you're good. We're going to eventually hit you with this back tax issue, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And I'm like, wow, isn't that nice? So I needed to move my ass and bust my ass in order to get all my information together and get everything done to get it paid or whatever. But now we're just going to kind of wait until they get around to finally doing the work and telling me what I owe and doing all that. Gee, thanks, right? I mean, I'm nervous because I don't know what I owe. They're not telling me. I don't know. The other thing that's a factor here isn't the fact of what I owe, but the fees and the interest, because this is 2.5 years of back taxes that I should have been paying all along and I didn't. There's fees and interest now associated with this money. And I don't know how much it could be just as much as the amount of money that I owe. It could double the amount of money that I actually owe on these back taxes. And I have no idea what those are going to be. Now, my new tax attorney basically said to me, payment plan is looking as like a very positive option. He feels that we'll be able to work with the state of Washington and I'll be able to go on a payment plan, meaning instead of, oh, you owe thousands and thousands of dollars due right now, well, I don't have the money. Instead, it'll be, okay, you owe hundreds of dollars every month on a payment plan that'll go for several years, okay? That obviously would be way more manageable, and I hope that that's what happens, all right? I seriously do. It makes me really fucking nervous, because that uncertainty of not knowing, what's it going to be? When's it going to be due? How much a month, if it is a payment plan? How much a month? Is it going to be something I can afford? It fucking kills me, man. And again, it's still right here on my shoulder, But for now, until the state of Washington gets around to telling me about this, I'm just going to move forward as positively as possible and not let it get to me, because there's nothing I can do. It's funny because when all that happened, I paid the 2017 taxes and everything. And I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she's like, listen, you can't let this eat away at you and kill you. Because you will. It'll become a virus that'll eat away at you and kill you if you don't let yourself enjoy positivity. Right now, your streams are going great. There's a lot of positivity in life going on. I'm going to be moving in soon, all this great stuff. Don't let all that be negated by the fact that something's sitting right here and may eventually bite you again. It's okay. It's okay to enjoy life and be positive with the positive stuff you have. You can't let that all be taken away by a negative. And she's right. She's absolutely right. Sadly, what I think has happened to me in the past several years, I've let myself become inundated with the negative. With all the negative shit that happens around me, the shit that people say about me on the internet, people I've never heard of or talked to who attack me constantly because they're fucking no-lifes. It's like, I let that ball up and become a part of me, and then I become negative, 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 negative. And I don't want to be like that. And this last month, if anything, the rallying that you guys have done to support me is amazing, all right? And it's made me feel reinvigorated with these live streams of how well that they've done and everything, that I don't feel that negativity. I'm trying to, like, even though I know there's another amount of money I'm going to owe eventually, I'm trying not to let it bother me, because the bottom line is if I keep doing as well as I'm doing here on Twitch every month, I'll probably be making extra money, and it hopefully will be enough to pay for whatever I owe, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue, because there's still more stuff going on, okay? I'm still going to owe my tax attorney, my new tax attorney, a lot of money, because they are incredibly expensive. Tax attorneys are incredibly expensive, especially when they have to do a special situation here where they had to rectify my back taxes and everything. They're going to charge me a amount of money. So there's going to probably be, no lie, thousands of dollars coming up that I'm going to owe my tax attorney. That's still an issue, all right? That's kind of lingering on me. And I hate to say it, your positivity and your support in December was great, and it got me through the short term. But now, sadly, what that does is it creates long-term issues when it comes to my federal taxes. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I paid all my taxes that I owed the federal government as of the end of 2017. But when you own your own business, like I do, and you operate, you're self-employed or however you want to call it, your taxes are considered estimated. They're based on an estimate of what you were going to make in a year. Now, I can tell you guys concretely that the estimate of what my tax attorney thought I was going to make in 2017 and what I actually made in 2017 are different. In fact, because of the rallying that you guys did in December, I made a big chunk of money at the end of the year that normally wouldn't have been made, and that raised my income. So guess what? I underpaid my federal taxes for 2017, which means come April, guess what? I owe another chunk of taxes that are unpaid, but how would I have known that? There's no way I would have known what I owed, because there was no way to tell what rallying was going to happen or anything like that. That's the nature of the beast. When you're self-employed, you never know what taxes you owe. And no matter, you could overpay or you could underpay, and that some years you'll come up on top where you paid more, so you get a refund, and some years you owe and underpay, and now you owe fees and extra money come April. And it's bullshit, because the government really should do a better job when it comes to those kind of taxes for self-employed people, but they don't. They leave all the burden on you, and then they charge you fees like you did something wrong. How was I supposed to know I was going to get an overwhelming rallying of support at the end of the year and estimate that I needed to pay more taxes? There's no way I could have known that, but the government penalizes me for that. You should have known. Okay, I'll get my crystal ball out, I'll shine it up real nice, and I'll shove it right up the IRS's ass, because there's no fucking way that I could predict that. It's ridiculous. Really stupid, okay? All right, so that being said, folks. For that being said, come April, I know I'm going to owe more money to the government than I already paid for my taxes for 2017, federal taxes. So that's looming on me. Now, the other thing is, if you guys aren't aware, you may not be American citizens, which is fine. I know that I believe it's about 40% of my actual viewer base is international. 60% is domestic, United States. About 40% on average is actually outside the United States. So I have a big international fan base who don't know about tax laws and stuff in the United States. We just had a big change to our tax laws. Our government just passed new sweeping tax changes, all right? I don't know how those tax changes are going to affect me, because coming up now, for this coming year, 2018, again, I'm supposed to magically estimate how much money I'm going to make, and based off my estimates, pay money every single quarter of the year based on my estimates, which is impossible. There's no way it's going to be correct, because I could be higher, it could be lower. You guys have seen what happens. YouTube ad revenue goes up, YouTube ad revenue goes down, views go up, views go down. There's no way to tell what I'm going to make. There's just none. There's no way to predict it accurately. So I don't know what to estimate already what my taxes are going to be. But then these new government changes are going to come into effect starting this year with these new taxes. I don't know. Overall, my taxes could go up. Overall, my taxes could go down. What it's going to factor on is, with these tax changes, can I still do all the business write-offs that I used to do? For example, this office and everything you see in this office, I only use this office for business. I never do anything else in this room except work for the business, okay? Therefore, every single item in this office is considered an itemized deduction. These headphones that I just bought itemized deduction on my taxes because whatever I spent on these is not taxable income because it's used directly for the business, okay? That's just an example. The cost of electricity, the cost of internet, the cost of the games, they're all tax write-offs. At least they were the old way I used to do my taxes. Now, is there a change to that? Is there a change to the limits of what I can write off? I don't know, because the tax law just changed and it's uncertain. The only person who's going to be able to answer that for me is my new tax attorney, and he's not going to be able to answer that for me until I get him all my information on my business expenses and everything from last year. In addition, they changed the tax brackets, meaning if you made this amount of income, you pay this amount of tax. That's changed this year. I don't know if my tax bracket is better or worse or the same. I have no idea. There's this new thing they're calling the standard deduction, where every person gets to take a standard amount of your income and just say that's not taxable. Apparently that's been doubled this year. But because I do the itemized deductions for my business taxes, does that apply to me? I don't know. See what I mean? There's all these uncertain things. There's all these completely uncertain things that I don't know if I'm going to owe more or less taxes in 2018, okay? Now, the good news is you guys don't have to worry about this shit. I mean, I'm not going to be bothering you every day. Oh, guess what, guys? I got an update from my tax attorney today. I owe this and that. You don't want to know that, right? But I'm just giving you a cumulative update of all the shit going on behind the scenes with me so you at least understand what I'm going through, right? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Can I be positive or negative about this year yet? I don't know yet. Everything's kind of really uncertain at this point. What I can tell you is this, all right? I know I'm going to owe money in April. I don't know how much I'm going to owe, but I know I'm going to owe money in April. What I need to do is basically bust my ass between now and April to make as much money as I possibly can, in particular on these streams. This is where we've seen the exponential growth, right? With cheers, subs, and tips and everything. Because I don't know what I'm going to owe in April. So FYI, for full transparency reasons, I'm going to be very fully transparent with everyone because people have been questioning this. They said, Phil, you did raise an awful lot of money in December, especially with that fundraiser you did at the end of the month. Did you spend all that money? And if you didn't, where's it going? No, I didn't. Right now, I spent one chunk of money to pay my 2017 business taxes, and that's it. There's another chunk of money I'm saving for when I find out what are these back taxes that I owe. And in addition, that money is sitting there for when my tax attorney eventually sends me a ginormous bill for the work that he's done, all right? In addition, anything left over from that money is going to go towards the federal taxes that I'm going to owe in April. So thank you, everyone, for that overwhelming support you've given me in December. And thank you, obviously, for the support. I mean, just to give you guys an idea, FYI, this month, January, on my Twitch channel, has also seen exponential growth. I mean, I've been talking about this recently. This month, I said I'm going to have a channel goal where I want to have 450 subscribers. Because when I started this month, I barely had 400. I think I had like 398 or something like that. And I was like, let's see if we can get 450 subscribers in the month of January. And if I do, I'm going to do an Indies Marathon. I hit that within the first week. Well, that blew me away. I was like, holy shit, I never expected that. Let's do a tier 2 goal. If I hit 500 subs, just for a joke, I'll do a shower video. The DSP tries it. Remember, I did one in 2010 where I was in the shower. I'll do another silly video like that. I hit that goal within another week. What the shit? Like, seriously, I was like, huh? I couldn't believe it. So then, seriously, just as a freaking joke almost, thinking there's no way possible that I would ever hit this upcoming goal. Let's do a 550 subscriptions goal. And let's say if I get 550 subscriptions in the month of January, I'll do a special episode of DSP Tries It. I actually have one silly product I bought years ago that I wanted to do a DSP Tries It on. I never got around to it. I'll do it. And there's another product as well that's kind of popular that I want to just check out. I said, I'll do a double episode of DSP Tries It, special episode. If I hit 550 subs, I'm never going to hit this. It's crazy. So it's just incredible luck, circumstance, or whatever that I hit 500. I hit 550 the other day. I'm like, so you see what I mean? Like the overwhelming positivity of this going right now, this year so far. If January, and by the way, I should bring this out. There's been no new games in January. If you actually take a look, I've played no new releases. I guess the only thing you can say is the Dragon Ball Fighters beta. And yes, you pronounce it Fighters, not Fighter Z, which makes no sense because they write Fighter and then capital Z, which means technically when they made the logo, they did it grammatically incorrectly, but I digress. The Dragon Ball Fighters beta, okay, was the only real new thing that I did this month when you really think about it. Everything else was all old. I mean, the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, Demon Souls, a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, right? There hasn't been any new games. Yet this month, the overwhelming amount of growth and support on my Twitch channel. If this is any indication of the rest of the year, no lie, folks, if we can keep this up for the rest of the year, let's say every month this year, I can raise my subs on my channel by like 50 to 100 subs every month, exponential growth, right? By the end of the year, not only do I think I'll be able to handle all my taxes by the end of the year, this may be the first year ever where I actually am seeing some positive growth and I can actually relax a bit and say, you know what? Things are kind of good again. I really honestly feel right now the same as I did back when I lost my job in 2010 and in 2011. I remember I had the rough times on Blip TV, which were my fault, by the way. And then I started on YouTube for the first time ever. I had my videos getting monetized on YouTube. And I felt that underdog mentality. Here's a guy that's really down on his luck. He's been through the ringer. He's been beaten up 10 ways from Sunday, but he's not giving up. And he wants to succeed, and he's working hard, and we're going to support the underdog. That's really what I feel like right now on Twitch TV. I feel like I am the ultimate underdog. I am the guy that no one expected 10 years later would be around, especially with the shit that I went through. This is how you don't play, and the monstrous slander, and the false copyright strikes, and the DDoS attacks, and the doxing, and the swatting, and every possible thing that could have happened to me over the years. And now people just blatantly make escort, full as an escort, literally making shit up to try to catfish people and extort me and all this shit going on. The fact that I'm still here, and now I'm seeing growth for the first time in years. I'll be honest, I haven't seen any growth anywhere on Twitch or YouTube since like 2013. So now, 5 years later, to all of a sudden see this flipping on its head and to see you guys and gals coming out every single day and being positive and being supportive, you know what I mean? All this stuff, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It really is. I honestly feel so reinvigorated, all right? Reinvigorated. And I definitely feel like I'm back to a point where I can come out every day and be positive and be invigorated and be happy and play games and enjoy them with you guys as much of a hobby and having fun as it used to be when I started this thing way back when. That's what it feels like to me again. And I lost that along the way. I'll openly admit with you guys, with all the financial things that happened to me behind the scenes from the years of 2014 to last year, it was a constant nagging thing. But I really feel now, because I'm seeing the positivity from you guys, that if I keep it up, all right, if I keep it up, then I'll be able, hopefully, to go ahead and have a growth and not worry constantly about this shit anymore. If anything, I know this year's going to be financially tough. With the taxes coming up in April and everything, there's going to probably be times where I'm going to have to appeal to you guys again to try to save my butt. I know it's going to happen, I'm going to be a realist here. I'm not going to be a jerk, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm being honest with you. I get the feeling, there's going to be times when I'm going to have to appeal to you guys for help this year. But if we can stay positive and we can get through this, I almost feel like this might be it. After this year, especially the fact that, which I'm going to talk about next, my girlfriend's going to be moving in. There's going to be a second income to the house. She's going to be helping me out with stuff around the house that's really killed me this past year to do everything myself. I'm feeling good, man. I am. I'm feeling incredibly pumped. And I hope, God, knock on wood, please, I got to do this. I'm not superstitious, but I've got to fucking do this. Knock on wood. Please let nothing fucking else happen that I could not possibly fathom happening. This back tax shit, I had no idea. I paid this guy in Connecticut thousands of dollars a year to do his fucking job, and he fucked me. Please, let nothing else possibly come up. What else? You know what I mean? My God. Please, let nothing else come up at this point, all right? I'm so done with random nonsense and bullshit coming out and screwing me over. I just can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I just want to be here every day and focus on positivity and playing games and being positive with you guys. And at least I feel like I've been doing that recently, right? Ever since December, January, I've been doing that recently. I've been doing a good job. People have been telling me, Phil, you're doing a good job of ignoring the bullshit and the negativity and focusing on what you're doing and just keep doing it this way and you're going to be successful. That's what I'm focusing on at this point. That's what I need to focus on. So, again, thank you guys for your support. throughout this month. I absolutely hope, that you guys will continue to enjoy the streams, will continue to be positive, will continue to support me, and we'll have a great year together. And, once we get through, hopefully, the hurdles of the tax bullshit this year, things will level out. And again, if my Twitch channel keeps growing the way it's been doing, I think we're going to be good. But we got to keep it up, right? You can't just now stagnate in the middle of the year. But the thing is, like I said, a month now where there's been nothing going on with new releases, and the growth I've seen, wow. I really hope that we can maintain this momentum and keep shit going, because it's going really well right now. So again, thank you to all of you, the viewers, who've been out there supporting the hell out of me. I really do appreciate it, all right? Okay. So that's the situation. When I have more updates for you guys on, I found out I now owe this much and I need your help or whatever, or no, I have enough, that's great, thanks everyone, or, if we're still doing good on the channel, if we're not, we hit 600 subs, great. I'll let you guys know on the fly about that stuff moving forward. I'm not going to bother you constantly talking about it or anything like that. I just wanted to get this off my chest during this podcast, so you guys now have a cumulative update on everything to know what's going on, and we can go from there positively. Sound good? Okay, very good. I got a few shout-outs to give here, all right? Shout out to the AIDS Giraffe. I don't know what that means, but the AIDS Giraffe, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the sub, the AIDS Giraffe. Fallen 1570 did a 201-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for this stream, and said, happy anniversary, Phil. Here's to another 10 years. Yes, thank you very much for that notion, Fallen. Shortcake 45 just did a 100-bit cheer and says, if Twitch this year actually proves to keep you financially stable enough to forget about YouTube, would you consider letting future playthroughs use copyrighted stuff? What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean, Shortcake. By copyrighted stuff? Do you mean like music? Copywritten music? Because honestly, no, the answer would be no. The problem with copywritten music isn't even that the videos get content ID matched or whatever on YouTube. I could care less about that at this point. It's that the videos get fucking muted and deleted. Like, you guys might not realize this, but since I went out of my managed partnership last year, and now I'm in a normal YouTube, partnership when it comes to running ads and everything on my YouTube videos, my Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas playthroughs have been completely and utterly fucking destroyed. And what I mean by that is that literally all the copywritten music in those playthroughs, which is constant when you're in a car playing on the radio, all got content ID matched and or copyright claimed. And what happened was YouTube, in all of its fucking wisdom, either made the videos completely unwatchable, so some people can't watch them at all, made them muted. Wow, I really want to watch a video with no fucking sound and commentary. What a great idea. Or tried to remove the copywritten music, and those videos now sound like utter shit. It sounds like someone's taking a dump inside of a fucking tin can. The videos sound absolutely terrible now because of YouTube. And that's the problem with YouTube right now. Everything's automated. They don't actually look at anything on a subjective basis. It's all objective versus what a robot sees. And it's garbage. The whole website's garbage. So even if I didn't care moving forward about YouTube revenue and all that, which I hope I won't. Right now I'm still very much dependent on it. But what I'm hoping is that moving forward, I won't be dependent on it anymore. Maybe by the end of this year, it'll be 95% Twitch and 5% YouTube. That would be amazing. If that is the case, then I still would have to worry about content ID, because what if I put out a new playthrough with copyrighted music in it and the whole playthrough gets muted on YouTube and no one can watch it? I don't want to abandon the people that put me where I am. Remember, folks, I started out as a YouTuber. I didn't start live streaming until 2013. So literally half of my legacy, the first half of my legacy of being a gamer on the internet, was on YouTube exclusively. There are tons of people, thousands of people, who've been longtime fans that only watch my stuff on YouTube. I can't just abandon them, because I'm now focusing on streaming. That's not their fault that YouTube fell through and that the fucking people who run YouTube are a bunch of fucking assholes and morons. It's not their fault. I'm not going to punish them and say, well, you get the nice muted garbage content that you can't watch, and I'll just keep doing all the copywritten shit on Twitch. No, I can't do that, okay? So no, I'm not going to just change up the formula or whatever. I'm always going to be conscious of what's going on over on YouTube, okay? Shout out to Papa Lou, who did a 25-bit cheer, and he says something really stupid. I'm not going to read it, and he knows better. All right, shout out to Get Two Birds Stoned at Once, who just resubscribed to the channel for the 5th month in a row. Thank you, Get Two Birds Stoned at Once. I really do appreciate that for 5 months of support. And he says, 5-month hype for Phil. I am. Very much. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, Roddy Kaboom just subscribed to my channel. A tier 1 sub? Nope. A tier 2 sub? The $10 sub? Nope. A tier 3 sub, the $25 subscriber level. Thank you so much, Roddy Kaboom, for being an amazing supporter at that level. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for that. That is really awesome. Okay. All right. Really briefly, what I want to let you guys know is what's going on with the Twitch channel and what's going on with the YouTube. In particular, how are those going right now business-wise? So this will not have anything to do with taxes, but this will have to do with, in behind the scenes, how's stuff going right now, at least in 2018 from what I can see so far. Then I'm going to talk about my girlfriend moving in, and then I'm going to talk about some ideas for my 10th anniversary. Then we'll take a break, okay? Right now, as I've already mentioned, things on Twitch are great. My average views on Twitch are up by a ginormous amount. I mean, honestly, when I used to play games on Twitch, the premiere of a new game could get anywhere between 400 to 1,000 viewers. And then immediately after the first or second session, they would go drop off completely. And I'd get like 200-300 viewers tops. Now, on average, every stream, I'm at least seeing 400 to 500 viewers, which is amazing. And like I said, for special events, like for example, I just did VR chat. I had over 1,000 people on stream for that, which was amazing. So, and this is not new releases. Can you imagine once new big game releases start coming out this year? Because then I'm going to get the influx of viewers looking for those games on Twitch. So we're going to be pretty cool checking out all these games this year. I'm pretty excited. Subscribers at an all-time high. In fact, I don't know what the sub count is right now. We just got some new subscribers. I wonder if we've actually hit a new high. Let me actually check here. I want to tell you on the fly here. No, we're actually at 553 subs. Even though we got more than that, like we were at 551, and I got 7 new subs during this stream. We're at 553. You want to know why? Because a bunch of them, like I said, expired. And that's what happens is on Twitch, it's a 30-day subscription. So those who subscribe but don't have an auto-renew, when they expire, they have to come back and manually renew. So even though I got 7 new subscribers today, I only really got 2, because that means 5 people's subscriptions expired. See what I mean? That's the nature of the beast on Twitch. Oh, by the way, shout out to... Oh my goodness. Stay on Jugo. Man, I cannot pronounce that name. But thank you for the sub. So the subs are going up again. So there you go. But record high, I think the most I had was 557 or 558. And it's going up, even though subs are expiring, it's going up slowly. And what I'm going to be doing in the next few months is I'm going to be raising the sub goals every month. Not by a lot, though. I'll raise it in 50 increments. So right now, the goal is 600. If we hit 600 subs, great. The next goal will be 650. See what I mean? I'm never going to go, oh, the next goal is 800. That's stupid. That's not right. And that's not a realistic goal, and that's not right. Just keep doing it incrementally. I think we could see organic growth over the course of 2018 to the point where imagine if by the end of the year I have like 1,000 subs or more. Oh my God. Now just the sub revenue is so tremendous, right, that everything else is icing on the cake. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now, things are going really well. Okay, they are. In regards to everything else, cheers and tips, cheers are at an all-time high. Thank you, everyone, for that. I checked. It's actually the highest I've ever had. Thank you. The most cheers ever this month so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tips, no, they're not as high because last month, let's face it, last month I did that fundraiser where I was trying to raise enough money to basically pay these taxes. So I had a giant tips coming in at the end of the month. The tips are not as high. I'm not expecting tips to always be sky high, okay? I know that they won't be. But still really good. So thank you, everyone, for your cheers, subs, and tips. So far, Twitch this month, if it stays on pace, will actually be better than December was. Now just think about that. December was my best month ever. January will exceed it with no new releases. That's pretty crazy good, right? Now, sadly, now I got to talk about YouTube. I know. It's like we go from massively positive, Twitch is amazing. Oh, now we got to talk about fucking YouTube. Man, we got to. I got to be, I'm a realist here. I'm going to give you the full story. YouTube ain't going so well, folks. Right now, first of all, the views I have on YouTube for January, which are a few days staggered. Right now, I think the views have only updated through like maybe the first 3 weeks of January, have already tied the views I had in December and many other months last year, meaning the views I got on my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming, in January are higher than usual. More people have come to check out DSP Gaming in the month of January than usually do. Now, I honestly don't even know what caused this. Is it because I played Metal Gear Solid? Is it because I redid Demon's Souls? Is it because I did some betas? I don't know, VR chat? It could be anything. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's causing the spike in views that I'm actually getting this month. I have no idea, but it's good. That's a positive, right? Yeah, well, yeah, more views are always a positive, except the fact that YouTube is falling apart at the seams as a business, and anyone who's trying to make a living on YouTube is literally having to rely on other income like Patreon and everything. Why? Because YouTube ad revenue is at an all-time low. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So what happened is that YouTube lost even more advertisers during the fall. They had a big chunk. Remember, earlier in the year of 2017, they had the adpocalypse, where places like Starbucks and Walmart and all them, they pulled their ads, and immediately ad revenues plummeted by about 50%. Guess what? It happened again around the summer/early fall of 2017. YouTube lost a bunch of more advertisers, but the average YouTuber didn't feel the pinch because guess what? They also got the artificial increase in advertisement for the holiday season. So most YouTubers enjoyed the same ad revenue during the holiday season as they had all year. Now, this is the opposite of what usually happens. Usually, September, October, November, December, you see ad revenue go up like this. That didn't happen in 2017. Instead, it just stayed steady. So most YouTubers didn't panic. They were like, oh, everything's good, right? Well, now in January, guess what happened? Boo! Flush the toilet, down to the sewer, and then an alligator eats the shit and shits that out, and it goes out into the fucking sewage river. That's how bad YouTube ad revenue is right now. It really is. To give you perspective, like I said, this month in January, I've already gotten as many views in January as I did several months last year on YouTube, yet I have made half as much money. I'm going to repeat myself, okay? Half as much money as I did those same months last year when I had that viewership. So, I'll give you perspective. I actually think it's 1.5 million views. Yeah, it is. I made 1.5 million views on DSP Gaming so far this month. Yet, last year, several months, I hit only 1.5 million views total on the channel, and I made twice as much money already. So, see what I mean? That's garbage. That's terrible. That's like what happened to YouTube, right? Now, not to totally panic. Reason I'm saying this is typically YouTube in January and February has its lowest ad revenue. It's actually the first 2 months of the year where the ad revenue typically does go down really badly because most advertisers splurged for the holidays and then they don't advertise for a few months and then they kind of come back around March, April. In fact, March, April, May, June, usually there's a spike in ad revenue again for the summer. But it needs to be said, people on YouTube who are trying to make a living just on YouTube videos right now are in dire straits because you didn't get that increase of revenue you usually get at the end of the year, and then it went in January. How do you pay your bills, right? For me, thank God that in 2017 I diversified and became more of a live streamer than anything else, because if you guys weren't being supportive on Twitch, that would be it. I'm not even kidding. If the changes didn't happen, this house would be gone. This house would be up for sale, if not sold already, and I would probably be back in Connecticut in the old shitty condo with bad sound quality, bad internet, hurting my back with fucking snow and ice that they get there on a regular basis, and things would be terrible, all right? So, thank God last year I made the changes that I did, and thank you for the support you gave me to make those changes, because if it weren't for Twitch being so good right now, I would be screwed, all right? I really, literally would be 100% screwed over, but because you guys have been so supportive, I'm okay, all right? So, thank you for that, all right? All right, shout out to Shortcake45 who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, we'll be playing the Michael Bay John Cena movie tie-in Duke Nukem game if it ever comes out, and Michael Bay Man Transformers, blah, 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 blah. All right, will I probably play it? Yes, just to laugh, but Shortcake, I already asked people up front, please save your questions with cheers for the Q&A segment coming later on in the show. I know you probably weren't here to hear that. I am doing a Q&A segment at the end of the show, so please reserve questions like that for the end of the show, so that way I can answer everything at once rather than interrupting, what I'm talking about, okay? But thank you for the cheer. I do appreciate it. Okay. Now, on to the next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend's moving in with me. No lie, because of you. Because of your support. Because you guys supported me in December. Because you're making January the best streaming month I've ever had. Because you guys are supporting me in droves. I was able to get past that tax hurdle. And she's moving in a little over 2 weeks. It's actually going to be February 12th. She's going to be moving in. And as I've told you guys, if you've been watching my streams recently on pre-stream, I've been talking about this, and I even talked about it in the weekend preview, but just for those who are only checking out this podcast, I'm going to be taking a few days away from live streaming, obviously, to get her settled in here. All right, she's coming on the 12th, and we got a lot of stuff we need to get done in a short period of time. We got to get her a new phone, because her old phone, it's a long story, her old phone she has to get rid of. She's getting a new phone when she moves out here. We got to get her a new driver's license. We got to make sure all her mail is getting forwarded properly. We got to get her insured on my car and get her driving the car so she's used to driving the car and get used to this area. She's got her job transferring, so she's got to get used to the area to get to and from the job. She has to figure out the drive and everything there. She has to get new work clothes. A lot of shit has to happen in a very short period of time. So January, I just screwed up. Let's try that again. February 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. 4 days I will not be live streaming on Twitch. However, what I'm planning on doing is a few days beforehand, let's say the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, as an hypothetical example. I'm probably going to be trying to stream longer than usual. So my streams may be extended, all right? I may be trying to go long and, save up as much gameplay footage as possible during that period of time. So when I'm not live streaming on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, at least I'm going to have gameplay to upload to DSP Gaming. Because what I found, folks, is that the YouTube audience is a fickle one. If you don't have constant new content on a YouTube channel, people will stop watching. They'll move on and say, well, I wanted to see Phil keep playing this game. He stopped. I'm going somewhere else to watch someone else play it. So I have to keep up constant coverage and constant content of games, or else people will stop watching. So in the very least, that's what's going to happen. Now, I won't be live streaming those 4 days. However, she and I will be doing a lot of interesting things. For example, we're going to be cleaning out this office that is full of shit, and we're going to be throwing out a ton of shit and basically trying to set up that office for her. So maybe once we clean out that office and we set up for her stuff, I'll do a vlog walkthrough. Here's my girlfriend's new office, right? We're going to be doing a lot of things around the house differently, obviously. We're going to be trying to get into a schedule or whatever. I may be doing some vlogging. I can guarantee you this, that week I will definitely share some pictures with you of she and I doing stuff together, because people obviously are dying to see her. I mean, oh my God, when I put out that picture that didn't have her face at Christmas, a whole fucking scandal exploded with escorts and shit, which is so hilarious. So obviously people are dying to meet her and learn about her and see her and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'm not going to reveal too much private info about her, but you will be seeing her, for example, in new DSP Tries It episodes. Of course she's going to be in them. We're eating together. Of course she's going to be in DSP Tries It. Cooking videos. All right, now here's the thing. She is currently planning, on trying to all these new recipes and meals. In fact, we've been talking about it on a daily basis of things that she wants to try to cook. She likes cooking, but she also likes baking. So she's actually going to try to bake stuff that normally I would never have. You guys know me. I am not a sweets kind of guy. I'm not a snacking kind of guy. I've told you guys over the years, I eat once or twice a day, and that's it usually. She wants to start all this new stuff because she wants to basically, it's her new life, right? Time for her to try out new stuff and be adventurous. And so she wants to try all this new stuff. We may be vlogging all that stuff, okay? We set up as a new goal, if I hit 600 subscribers on my Twitch channel this month, so there's 7 days left in the month. If I hit 600 subscribers by the end of this month, she and I are going to start up a new series of cooking videos where she's going to be trying out new recipes. I'll be helping her as much as I possibly can, but she's going to be trying out new recipes. I'll be filming it and then showing, here's the prep, here's the cooking, here's the final product. Is it any good, right? It's going to be cool. It's not going to be called Cooking with the King, because that series was called Poorly Cooking with the King. It was just me very poorly making stuff. This is going to be a completely different style of series where she's trying to make new things from the get-go, and I document it and help her with it, obviously. So we're going to be brainstorming a new series name and everything. I'm sure people will be coming up with logos and stuff for it. If we hit 600 subs this month, that I'm guaranteeing that will start in sometime in February, okay? So just think of all the new stuff that's going to come out of her moving in with me. Oh, by the way, she's an avid gamer, all right? She has certain games that she plays all the time, like multiplayer style games that she likes to go back to. But in addition to that, she's a big fan of certain franchises. She loves Assassin's Creed. She loved Assassin's Creed Origins, one of her favorite games of last year. Currently, right now, she's actually playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which is a game I never played. She actually bought that Handsome Jack collection that came out, because it's funny, she played Destiny 1 and hated it. And I was like, but you realize Destiny 1 literally just stole stuff from other franchises. If you want to play a better version of Destiny 1, you should play Borderlands, because that's the game it stole from, and honestly, Borderlands is a far better game. So she bought the Handsome Jack collection, she's playing Borderlands the pre-sequel, she loves it. She hates Destiny, she loves Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is pretty funny, right? So, that being said, there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of stuff coming up in particular, all right, that are going to be based around her joining me here. You might hear her input on gaming and stuff, But in addition to all of that, yes, we are possibly making plans to do some gameplay together. Is it going to be consistent and something we do all the time? We're not going that far. But in particular, there's a one co-op game that I'm thinking that we could probably do together right here that would make sense, and it would actually be a really awesome playthrough for us to do together. Obviously, it would be dependent on our work schedules. Like, I know she's going to be working. She's transferring her job, so it's going to be dependent on her availability and everything there, right? But that being said, we'll see. Basically, her moving in here, number one, is going to be a tremendously improvement to my life and her life, too. Moving in, being able to share our lives together, having someone there, significant other, to give both physical and emotional support all the time, to help each other out with things like keeping the house clean, making meals. Because the other thing, too, is no, it's not going to be all on her. We're going to share responsibilities, which is amazing, right? I love that. And I haven't had that in a year. I've been overworking myself constantly. Not only am I constantly streaming for you guys, but then I got to go clean the house, go cook, blah, blah, blah. And it's nuts. It's too much for one person. So it's going to be pretty awesome to be able to jump back into that lifestyle again of sharing my life with a significant other. I can't wait. All right. I can't wait. I'm very excited for this. So again, I have to say, thank you to all of you who've made this possible. Now, the one major change that will happen to my schedule, and I have to say this up front so you all are expecting it. One day a week, I will not be live streaming at all. One day a week is just going to be for me and her, all right? To do shit we need to get done, errands and stuff like that, but also to have personal time together, date night, all that. One day a week, we're doing that together. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's happening. I don't know when it's going to happen yet. Again, it's going to depend on her work schedule and everything. But just to forewarn everyone, I think one day off a week is a reasonable thing to ask for, okay? So one day a week, there will not be any live streams. But there will still be tons of streams and everything going on. It's not like there's going to be a dramatic reduction in the amount of content that I put out or anything like that. If anything, that would make no sense. This is a year where I'm staging a comeback. My Twitch channel is growing. I can't stop now. You know what I mean? So there you go. Will I do my best to maybe make it a consistent day that we'll have off all the time? Sure. But I may not be able to control that. Again, it's going to be dependent on her work schedule, and we have no idea what that's going to be yet until there's a transfer that goes through and all of that. Then we'll have more information, okay? So, Girlfriend's coming on February 12th. I'll have more information when we get closer and or when it happens. I'll be sharing pictures on social media. I'll be vlogging about it. There's going to be a lot of information coming up, but I want to say thank you guys for being so freaking supportive of everything that's been going on, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've already been going for an hour. I'm actually going to cut. I was going to talk about my 10th anniversary. I'm going to put that into the next segment. What I'm going to do is very quickly do some shout-outs. Then we're going to take a break. In the next segment, I'll talk about my 10th anniversary celebration coming up this year. We're going to talk about my gaming schedule update and gaming news. That's going to be the next segment, all right? So, let's do some shout-outs here. Scroll down here. Thank you to Big Boy Dumper, which people were expecting him to show up. Here he is. He says, holy shit, I didn't know you're doing hate live. This is great. What's the cheering question rule? Very simple. You can cheer, sub, and tip as much as you want, but if you have specific questions, please save them till the end of the show, because I have a Q&A segment at the end of the show that will be time for me to handle all of those kind of questions, okay? Mr. Papavera did a 25-bit cheer. He says, I like that your girlfriend's into gaming. I'm looking forward to joining gaming streams. Yeah, it's going to be cool. In particular, there's this one playthrough I really want to do with her. I think it's going to be really good, and we'll see, but it could be really awesome to introduce her in that way. You know what I mean? Ravenger just tipped me $10. Thank you, Ravenger, for the tip. I really appreciate that. And he said, shout out to Phil. What a guy. I'm very happy for you two, and I'm very happy that we can bring you two together. Much love. Yeah, because, I mean, the God's honest truth. If I didn't get through the tax situation this month like I did because of your support in December, she wouldn't have been able to move in. I would have told her, I can't. I might have to sell my house, you know. But now at least I'm in a position where I know I'm good till April, even though if we get to April and I owe more taxes, I know that maybe I can try to rally with you guys again, figure out a way to get through it. You know what I mean? At least now we've gotten past the initial hurdle. And it's possible because of you for her to be here, so thank you guys. Big Boy Dumper did another 25-bit cheer. He says, no, that sucks ass. Just take one night off. No, oh my God. Big Boy, you got to have a day off. You're ridiculous, man. There's got to be a whole day off because it's too much stress to wake up. Oh, I got to stream now. I work half the day. Now we got to rush within a few hours' time to try to do errands, but also have a date night, but also have personal time together. It doesn't work. One day off a week is a reasonable request for someone who's a full-time live streamer to have with their significant other. I'm sorry. It is. Atlas Telemon. Did a 25-bit cheer, says 10th anniversary hype. Yes, thank you very much, Atlas Telemon. And Ratchet Fan just tipped me $1 and says thanks for all the awesome content, Phil. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Ratchet Fan. Thanks everyone who cheered, subbed, and tipped. By the way, 8 new subs today. I don't know what the overall subs are, but like I said, what's happening is people are subbing to the channel, but then subs are expiring. So that's why overall we're not like sky high with subs. But please keep it up. If we can hit those 600 subs, I'd love to start up that cooking series. And then lastly, Big Boy Number did another cheer. He says, yeah, you're right. More because breaks improve overall quality. That is true too. Having one day off a week where I don't talk for 8 hours on stream is going to help my voice. That's the problem right now. Every day, 8 hours of talking. You know, some days no, but still, most days, my voice is all hoarse and shit. It's worn out, man. It needs time away to heal and to rest up. And no one on planet Earth does that. No one. It's more talking than a radio host than anyone. And I need to give myself, especially now I'm getting older, I need to get into a situation where at least I have a day for resting my mind, resting my physical body, and doing stuff with my significant other, and that's how it's going to go. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. That's the end of part 1. I'm going to take a break. If you're here live on stream, it's going to be a short commercial break, maybe 10, 15 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, it's just going to end the video and go check out part 2. All right, thanks everyone for your support so far. Great stream. I'll be back shortly with part 2. Thanks, and see you then.